Welcome back. You are listening to Barely Sober News and Reviews, where we talk about the latest buzz in movies and TV. I'm Chris Jogas, and with me, as always, is my co-host, George Pecoraro.
Hey, what's up?
Today, we are going to be bringing you some of this week's breaking stories, all the while keeping it barely sober. So, George, what are you drinking today?
Today I'm drinking some classic bourbon with some on the rocks.
What kind of bourbon?
Honestly, I think it's called Bortoon or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sure. The bottle looked very cool, and I wanted to try something new.
Yeah, I'm actually drinking some bourbon on the rocks too, but I got a good old Bullet bourbon. It's one of my favorites, one of my top favorites.
Keeping classic with some ice or not?
With some ice, yeah.
Like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman.
Like the gentleman you are.
Exactly. So George, you did something a little cool on our Twitter page.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about it?
Our Twitter. So anyway, our Twitter is Barely Sober News. Come follow us. I ask, do those poll questions, and I'm always posting good things, the latest news and reviews the latest things that come out. But because it's a big controversy right now between Captain America: Civil War and Batman vs Superman, so I asked, which is the most enjoyable movie? And I phrased it that way because I didn't want to make it like, which is the better movie, because it's just going to turn down the like Marvel DC kind of thing more. And people are going to be like, I like this movie more and this and like, Ben Affleck and whatever, Iron Man. So I made it more enjoyable. Like, which one did you sit down and like, I kind of like really enjoyed sitting in the theater and watching the movie?
Right. That kind of separates it from being like, what's better, Marvel or DC? It's kind of like...
Yeah, that's why I wanted to rephrase it.
Which you had more fun with, yeah.
Right. So, it turns out, after a 24-hour informal poll, we have Captain America: Civil War with 61% of the people saying they enjoyed it more compared to Batman vs Superman. Only 39% of the people said they enjoyed it more out of the 188 people that voted. But, hold on real quick. There's still another 58 minutes left.
Oh, shit.
In the poll.
Oh, man. Too bad this isn't live. We can get people hyped up.
Maybe we'll get a quick update. But I don't think anyone's going to vote. 188 people, But it's kind of interesting, though. I kind of assumed going into it that Civil War was going to take it.
Yeah.
But I thought they were going to win by a landslide, actually.
Right. I was a little surprised to see it such a close race, to be honest. 188 people is not really a huge sample of the population.
It's very informal, very scarce. Not everyone wanted to participate, volunteer.
Right.
But it's still something interesting because, and actually, a lot of people were arguing on it. You could see if you follow the retweets and the answers and responses. There's actually also a lot of DC and Marvel fans kind of going at it and kind of were pissed off.
Starting trouble, George.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen both of the movies.
I know where you stand.
And to say which one I enjoyed more, I would say Batman vs Superman.
All right, well, let's twist it. Which do you think is the better movie?
The better movie is probably Civil War.
That is fucking strange.
Yeah.
I gotta see Civil War.
Well, you've seen Batman vs Superman.
That movie is a mess. It's a mess.
Like, you haven't talked about it. Like,
I haven't talked about it.
Just real quick, talk about it.
Okay. Just from a story narrative point of view, there is no beginning, middle, and end to that movie. It is just a bunch of scenes haphazardly thrown together. There's some really cool things in there. And I can tell that maybe there's like a good movie somewhere, but damn, it's like plot holes and I could go on for this entire podcast and talk about it.
Oh yeah, but, you could go on for a while. I think I went on for when I first saw it. I went on for a little bit. I remember recording it and I not liking it, and I left some things out, so I had to re-record it. I think too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, I remember leaving the theater being like, I really enjoyed the movie. I liked it a lot. But I'm like, if you don't follow DC Comics too well, you won't understand the movie. And that's what I found out from, like, a lot of people. Like, my regular friends that were just like, what?
Well, I left the movie theater just disappointed. Like, really disappointed in in some of the creative decisions they made. I mean, I'm sure most people that are going to see it have seen it by now, but just in case, I'm going to just talk about some light spoilers. But of all the awesome, cool ways you could have introduced the Justice League, I can't believe it was through an email. Like, seriously, like a spam email. Like, Batman literally spammed Wonder Woman. That shit was like when I get spam and you have to, like, scroll through the text, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, there's people getting paid so much money sitting around, and they have all this awesome material to mine from, and the best idea they can have is, like, why doesn't Wonder Woman just open an email and just look at it all? It's like,
what the thing is with Wonder Woman, they never explain like why she's there, or like she's just there.
Well, that's a whole other thing.
Like she's just like Bruce Wayne's kind of doing some surveillance and trying to get some information, and Wonder Woman's just there and like steals his information.
Yeah,
and she's just around all the time and just like for no reason kind of shows up.
She was trying to like get that picture of herself, right, or something.
Is that what it is? She was trying to like recover
some
of her identity?
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like I saw the movie 3 times and I didn't really get that.
Yeah, it's just I could probably sit in a writer's chair for like a half an hour and come up with way cooler ways to introduce the Justice League.
Oh yeah.
But that being said, I feel like they shouldn't have even done that in this movie, and it would have been a way better movie. You could hint at
not
it.
Introduce the to say, oh, we need to get these people together or whatever. Yeah,
they could have ended the movie with Batman saying like, you know, there's other people out there, like maybe we need to start getting together. But you didn't need to like have a little scene with Aquaman like floating around in the ocean like a mermaid.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was just weird. Just like there's just so many cool things they could have done.
If they didn't have those scenes and maybe only had like the Flash in that dream sequence, would have been even more of a mystery.
Right, yeah.
Too.
But there were, you know, if you had one thing like that in the movie, it would have been okay. But there were so many little mysteries. Like you said, if you don't know the DC stuff, you're going to be confused as shit in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, even I was kind of confused at some things. I'm seeing, like, this Batman dream sequence out of nowhere. There's, like, parademons floating around.
Yeah.
There's Flashpoint paradox shit happening. Like, and I'm like, wow. I'm even a little like, what is the fuck is going on? Like, just the common viewer is going to be just totally lost.
Totally lost.
So.
But, yeah, I mean, you haven't seen Civil War yet.
I haven't seen Civil War, so... But I know, but I like all the Marvel movies, and the common critical reception is that this is one of the best, if not the best, Marvel movie.
Right.
I can't see myself not choosing it over Batman v Superman, but that's me. We'll have to see.
You'll have to see it. We'll comment more on that later. And we'll check in with the poll later, but I doubt it'll change drastically unless a miracle.
Yeah.
But so let's go on though with let's move on to let's keep it with the DC.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's been a lot happening with DC.
So let's talk about what you brought up. The Flash, the director leaves the project.
Yeah. So what is that's common, you know. People leave projects. People have different obligations, but in this case, you think this is someone trying to leave a sinking ship? You know, you think this is someone that has the foresight? Because
it's been such a thing that all these, you know, people have been clashing with DC or like the comics and was it they've been clashing in like creative differences, right? There's been in the Justice League. So I mean, who knows? Maybe they're like their last straw.
Well, we got like Wonder Woman. I think has already. Wonder Woman's already wrapped up.
Yeah, I
principal
saw that
production.
They finished filming.
So whoever, you know, the people tied to that franchise, they were already locked in. People, you know, they're already working on Justice League. Like that's already locked down. So maybe like the Flash and did the guy from the Aquaman director leave too? I know that was kind of a rumor.
I didn't hear that. No, I don't know.
I know that was a rumor. I'm not sure if it was true, but maybe those two people were like, hey, this is not heading in the direction we wanted it to be. We're just going to leave before we, you know, whatever. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. Regardless of how you feel about the movie, Batman v Superman was not what they were hoping it would turn out to be.
Definitely, no doubt. It definitely got hyped up, and it could have been an amazing movie. But I think they also they said that the director's cut of the movie is like over 3 hours.
I bet it's better though.
Yeah, I bet it's way better.
I bet it's way better. You
that
can
they
sit
had
through
to cut
3
some
hours.
things out. They cut a lot out probably that fills in the gaps.
For sure, yeah.
That makes it a whole better movie. You know, they couldn't have that movie being 3 hours.
Yeah.
And now also Ben Affleck is announced to be executive producer of the Justice League.
Well, good, because Ben Affleck is the best thing they got going for them right now.
Oh, Ben Affleck is their Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was an awesome Batman, and what's crazy is that he was an even awesomer Bruce Wayne. Like, usually I don't give a shit about Bruce Wayne. I'm like, just get in the bat suit, you know? But he was sick as both. And he looks like him. Like, when you watch the TV series or read the comics, like, Ben Affleck looks like Batman.
I've been watching a lot of the Justice League animation series.
Yeah.
And which is amazing. I forgot how good it was. I spent all Saturday the other day just watching it. I'm like, this is so good.
Dude, this podcast has got me watching so many more cartoons than once we started this.
So many. But yeah, like seeing a lot of times he goes into to be Bruce Wayne sometimes, and you can see like, you know, that he's like even just the bone structure of Ben Affleck.
He's got that chin. He's got that Ben Affleck
and I feel
chin.
like creatively Ben Affleck knows where he wants to take the Batman and his solo Batman movies, and 2, where he wants to take the Justice League.
Well, here's the thing. Ben Affleck's been in this industry since he was born, practically. Like, there's shit when he's like 6 years old, like acting. I don't know if he's exactly that young, but since he was really young. Like, I watched this thing in school one time. It was called The Voyage of the Mimi. And it's Ben Affleck's a little kid. He's the main character in it. And he's really, really young. So he knows what he's doing. We know he's a competent actor, he's a competent director, and he's a huge Batman fan. He has a bat cave in his house. Even before he was Batman or anything like this, he built a bat cave in his house because he's such a fan. So this is the right guy to be in this position.
Did you also hear about, I mean, everyone's heard about it, but we haven't, he was talking about he was buying a Batman costume for his kid, and he saw Christian Bale actually buying another Batman suit for his kid.
No way.
Yeah, you didn't know about
that
this?
That seems like a Jimmy Kimmel skit and not like real life.
No, they just happened like right when Ben Affleck was like announced. They were like buying bat suits for their children, and Ben Affleck was like, "Hey, like, any advice for playing like Batman?"
Oh, right. Yes, I have heard this.
And he was just like, "Make sure that you're able to go piss and be able to like unzip and pee in the suit because you're gonna want to pee so bad." But yeah, like, I guess it's kind of like a thing. Like he is like that into Batman, and I think he did a great job.
I think my favorite scene of Batman v Superman. This is going to turn into like a Batman v Superman review. But my favorite scene is that Batman scene where he breaks into the warehouse and he is fucking those people up.
So freaking amazing.
Dude, if the movie was more like that, I just wanted to see more of that. The whole movie.
Like kicking ass.
Yeah, just Batman kicking ass.
Like, did Superman fight anyone besides Batman?
Not really. I mean, he fought like some terrorists in the beginning
Doomsday,
or something.
Like, whatever.
He fought Doomsday.
But yeah,
Doomsday is
that scene blew me away. It was great.
That was great. And the problem is that it happened so late in the movie. I feel like the movie should have opened with that. I wanted to see Batman early on. Like
remember that one scene, the 2 police officers come into the house and the one sees the Batman. He's like, I've never seen him before. Freaked out. Like that maybe could have been. They could have maybe done a little bit of a fight scene in that.
Yeah, I was expecting one, but there wasn't.
That would have been. I mean, he did some pretty sick moves getting out of there.
Yeah.
And that would have been great. But yeah, they kind of like missed some opportunity with the Batman fight scenes.
I wish they could have Zack Snyder as just kind of like a visual consultant, because that movie was really awesome to look at a lot. But his storytelling was just horrible, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So...
What did you... Real quick, though, I want to bring this up because we didn't talk about you seeing it. What did you think of in that fight scene? Batman's killing people.
Honestly, I know a lot of people are freaking out. I don't really care at all.
I don't care either. I just think it's cool.
It's cool, and I know it's not true to the Batman character though, and that's why people get upset.
And he's using guns,
but I don't care about that. I think though in the movie they needed like a part where Alfred was like, "Hey, Batman, you're going too far. Like, what are you doing?" And Batman's like, "I don't care anymore. Like, like this, I can't, this is too serious for me to take lightly." Like, they needed like something like that, and then you'd be like, "All right, cool. Batman's killing people now because he's not fucking around anymore." But because they didn't have that, it was just like Batman's a cold-blooded killer. But the thing I didn't like was that he was branding people. That's just like sadistic. That's like a serial killer does that.
I liked it, and I didn't even mind the branding. I liked it because it's like I want to see these Batman solo movies because I'm like I want to see, and hopefully they're probably prequels.
Yeah,
I want to see what happens and what gets him from the Batman that we know that doesn't kill, doesn't use guns, doesn't. He's doing it only for Gotham and not for himself. I want to see how, like, where does he get stretched and needed and brought to this point where he's, like, using guns and kind of, like, not even caring anymore.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't mind that he killed people at all. I always actually got annoyed that Batman doesn't kill people, so I was happy that he was finally killing people. But the problem I have is that they don't, like, explain it. All they needed was like one sentence of Alfred being like, "Hey, you're going a little crazy," and Batman's just like, "I got no choice" or something,
Like, I'm Batman.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's kick it to some Marvel news because a lot's been going on with Marvel too. We could talk about Batman v Superman.
I have another question for you, but I guess we shouldn't talk about it.
Fine. We'll hold it off a little more. Shoot me.
Just real quick, because we're on the topic, and it's kind of current because coming in August is the Suicide Squad. I think the movie probably like everyone's really looking forward to. Where do you think Suicide Squad's rates in the timeline of Batman v Superman?
I'm telling you, I think it's a sequel. I think it happens after.
Okay,
but it's going to have flashbacks. I think it's overall takes place afterwards. But it'll have flashbacks to how they all ended up in prison. Because they're already... The movie starts with them all in prison. So Batman's already dealt with all of them and put them in prison.
Right. Well, I heard Batman's not really in it too much, this movie.
I think he'll be in maybe a flashback or two.
I heard... I can't remember who said it, but they said that how much is Batman in Suicide Squad? And the response was he's in it the perfect amount.
Which maybe is a lot.
maybe after, I think it was also after Batman v Superman and everyone loved Batman.
Yeah.
So they're probably like, well, he's in it the whole movie, so everyone's gonna love it.
No, they would totally be showing him more if he was in it a lot, I think.
I just find it weird that Ben Affleck's Batman is an older Batman. Like, how much more can he go? You know what I mean? What's that?
I understand, but you know what? They showed that he was an older Batman, but they didn't show him, like, he wasn't Christian Bale walking around with a cane and a knee brace, Like, he was still doing CrossFit or whatever the fuck he's doing. Like, he had
his nice workout scene.
He was older, but he could still kick ass.
He had his, like, 10-second workout scene.
Yeah, right.
He got me, that scene got me jacked up.
It got me jacked up, but I was also like, all right, dude, like, doing a couple pull-ups is not going to help you with Superman,
Yeah. All right, let's move on. That's it for DC. No more talking about it.
Let's move on straight up to Marvel. So, this is kind of old news now, but Michael Keaton is no longer part of Spider-Man: Homecoming. He pulled out of that project. His pull-out game is strong, but I'm a little disappointed by this. I was kind of excited to see Michael Keaton in a Spider-Man movie. I thought that was a good choice.
Too. Well, the thing is, I love Michael Keaton as an actor. I think he's a great performer actor. Him and Birdman, amazing. And I enjoy him, and I think in everything he's done. So, I mean, to see him pull out, it's kind of disappointing.
It is. I'm sure Marvel will cast someone, that's best for the part.
Yeah.
But... it is a bummer, especially because the rumor was he was going to play a villain, and Marvel's villains are always lacking, right? Like, I can't. Everyone says Loki is like their best villain, but I don't even really care too much about Loki. They really haven't had a great villain, so I thought Michael Keaton could have really brought some charisma to the screen.
Right. And I feel like especially with Spider-Man, you see the same villains.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, you see Green Goblin's like the thing they do.
And I still think they haven't done Green Goblin justice, though. I wouldn't even be upset if it was Green Goblin again, because I feel like he's a lot more sinister than they've ever actually shown. He's like, they could play the Green Goblin more like a Joker character, But
that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I mean, I guess if you put it that way. But I feel like there's so many other like off spurts of Spider-Man, like Venom and things that they can do.
Yeah, they won't start with Venom though, because Venom. The whole thing with Venom is that Spider-Man gets the black suit, the power,
Right.
the symbiote suit. So
I mean, they definitely didn't do.
They can't start with
Venom
that.
very well.
Oh my god, they did him horribly.
Yeah.
So bad.
So that would be nice to get a reshot at Venom. So
yeah. Well, hopefully they will soon, but they can't start with that. And God, they've already cycled through so many. They've done the Lizard, Rhino, Electro.
They did
Sandman.
Rhino for like 10 seconds.
I never even saw the movie. So, but Doctor.
Yeah, they did
Octopus.
Rhino. The ending scene was Rhino, and that was it. And then you don't even see what happens.
Really?
It was like pretty much there's like I'm Rhino or I'm gonna whatever, and Spider-Man's like time to save the day, and he picks up a sewer crate, a pothole thingy. What's it called?
Yeah.
With his web, and he's gonna like sling it at
Manhole
Rhino. Manhole. Sling it at Rhino, and then the movie ends.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I mean, a lot of people have been saying or thinking that it's going to be the Vulture, and we talked about this in like another episode. I really hope it's kind of not the Vulture. It's just like a lame
I don't
villain.
even know the Vulture very well.
I showed you that picture. It's just like an old man in green spandex and wings.
Goddamn kids, get off my porch.
Yeah, pretty much. He just flies around. It's like, I don't know.
He flies around.
It's whack. I hope they don't do that. But anyway, yeah, we'll see. We'll keep up on that news. I'm sure they'll find a good replacement no matter what. But another big thing happening with Marvel is they actually pulled the Inhumans movie off of their roster.
Right.
Some kind of rumors going around with that the reason why is because in the TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they have been using Inhumans in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the Inhumans are like just a different thing in the Marvel universe. Like there's mutants and there's whatever, and Inhumans are like these, I think they like live on the moon or some weird shit like that. But they talk about them in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, and I guess the thought is that the movies were like, oh, well, we don't want to make a movie about something that was introduced first in the TV show, They want to always be able to, like...
And I feel like they got so many other things coming out.
Yeah, well, they got Ant-Man and...
Doctor Strange.
They
have... I can't even think of it. More Spider-Mans.
Yeah, more Spider-Mans.
I mean, they don't want to flood it too much with Marvel.
Yeah.
They got two more Guardians of the Galaxy coming.
Yeah.
I
wonder if they're just pushing it back or they're just not going to do it at all.
I think they realize that some of these other movies can do way better in the box office and enjoy it instead of them trying to like force a movie. Like I said, like totally, Marvel doesn't really do flops. They haven't been doing any flop. Like everyone loves each one of their movies.
Yeah. The biggest examples of flops they have are like Iron Man 2 and Thor 2. And both of those weren't...
Thor 2 really did suck. I didn't think Iron Man 2 was that bad. I just watched that
the other day. Iron Man 2 wasn't that bad, but it's just nowhere near as good as Iron Man 1. So it's kind of like a step down,
Right. Iron Man 3 was, I thought great.
I like Iron Man 3, but I think I like it for what it was. It had a lot of humor in it, which is like I wasn't expecting because the trailers didn't make it seem like it was going to have a lot of humor.
Right.
But I like it. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
Fun.
And I finally saw Ant-Man. I like Ant-Man. You gotta see it. Yeah, it's good.
I didn't see it yet. Shit.
It's funny. I like it. It's a fun movie.
I got a piece of Ant-Man.
It's very like cliche. Like nothing is like. I guess a lot of these Marvel movies are cliche. They're not gonna like blow your mind, but it's a fun movie, and I love Paul Rudd. He does a good job.
I got a piece of Ant-Man in Civil War.
Oh yeah, was he good in it?
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
I didn't see Ant-Man. I don't really know much about Paul Rudd playing him, but I enjoyed his scenes.
I heard that the best parts of Civil War are Ant-Man, Spider-Man, and Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think I'm going to agree with that.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah. And they also bring, besides the Black Panther, Spider-Man and Ant-Man bring a lot of the humor to the movie.
What about, so Guardians of the Galaxy 2, what about Nathan Fillion being cast in that?
Yes. Do we know who he's playing?
I'm not
Simon Williams? I have here on IMDb.
I'm not sure, man. I don't know anything about Guardians of the Galaxy, like anything about their source material.
Nothing. I didn't know either, to be honest. I'm really shaky on the Marvel part of it.
Well, even if you were pretty well versed in the Marvel stuff, Guardians of the Galaxy is a very like obscure part of that realm, you know?
Right.
Like they're not the X-Men or the Avengers or Spider-Man, Punisher, shit like that. Like really weird. Which is so crazy that they made a movie out of it. But I like Nathan Fillion. I think he would fit into a Guardians movie really well.
Yeah. Oh, I think he has like the seriousness, but also able to do that. You
ever seen the old sci-fi show Firefly?
No.
It's like very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like space humor, comedy, like action adventure or whatever. And he's the main character in that, so yeah, he'll fit in just fine.
So I'm just reading up on Simon Williams, who Nathan Fillion is gonna play.
Oh yeah.
He's also, his alias is called Wonder Man.
Oh, he's playing Wonder Man? I know Wonder Man.
Current alias
No
Hollywood.
way, really?
Alias is Wonder Man. Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's...
Yeah, apparently he's like an actor.
Well, I know Wonder Man. He's part of, like, the Avengers.
He's a part of a resistance group called the Commanders. When Hollywood abandons them to each other, go on extended commander are captured. Okay.
That actually throws me off a bit because I wouldn't picture...
So he's playing a superhero.
Yeah, I wouldn't picture Nathan Fillion playing a superhero. I could picture him playing, like, I don't know, just a normal space...
like he's
guy.
Yeah, like a pilot, like playing himself.
Yeah,
kinda.
Not really like a superhero all jacked up. That's interesting.
Someone who's like skilled in like trading in space and flying.
Yeah.
So he gonna be he is Wonder Man.
Wow, Wonder Man and Guardians too, huh? Interesting.
Spoiler.
All right, and Wolverine 3, rated R. Finally,
Rated R.
We've been speculating this. We've been hoping it since our first podcast when we talked about Deadpool. I think our first podcast, but
we were pretty drunk our first
we were
podcast.
Pretty drunk. I don't remember, but it's good news. I like it. I think it makes sense, and I can't wait to finally see Wolverine getting bloody.
Yes, getting vicious, especially for Hugh Jackman's like last Wolverine movie, or full Hugh Jackman's last like time playing Wolverine.
Yeah,
to see him really like unleash more of the character.
Yep, I'm hoping this movie is phenomenal.
Oh my! The thing is, I love Hugh Jackman, especially as Wolverine. So I'm gonna be biased like DC, and I'm gonna probably love the movie no matter what. Yeah,
well, I love all the stuff I love all the parts that Hugh Jackman's in all the X-Men movies, but I still feel like they haven't done like an amazing Wolverine movie when there's so much potential. I like both the Wolverine movies. I didn't like the first one, which like most people hate. I don't care.
like the first, but also it's just like there's I guess like limitless, so part limitless things they can do with this Wolverine movie, in terms of like just viciousness. That is like Wolverine. You know what I mean? See what kind of like fight scenes they can create, enemies, and kind of like blood and gore, kind of like and having cursing.
Yeah, that's true.
Having Wolverine be like, "Fuck you," right?
Yeah, you think it's like, you know, like Daredevil had a lot of violence. Like, I hope it's like that. You know, it's like just really gritty violence. That it wasn't like gratuitous, like blood squirting everywhere, but it was like when people get killed, like they get killed. You know what I mean?
What if it's only rated R because there's like nudity in it?
Nah,
like, they want to have a scene in a strip club.
You got a guy with razor sharp claws.
there's I never thought I'd say this, but I hope there's no nudity in this rated R movie.
Oh yeah.
Maybe what if you see Hugh Jackman's penis?
It's just because of boobs.
What if you see his penis?
Shot. I'd be blessed.
Every husband and wife are gonna go see the movie. Really, baby? You want to go see Wolverine 3? Yeah, totally. See Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Remember also the trailer for the new X-Men Wolverines.
Yeah.
In that final sequence.
I haven't heard anything about it because people have seen the movie now. I haven't looked at any reviews or...
Yeah, I haven't looked at it too. There's some reviews out.
Yeah.
I've been kind of steering clear.
Yeah, I kind of want to go in fresh, you know, not have a predisposed judgment. Because I went into Batman v Superman spoiled like a rotten egg sitting there in that theater.
I even told you a lot about the movie.
Yeah, well, not just you. I saw memes on like Instagram and everything, like the Martha, now we're best friends. Like that sort of shit.
So yeah, it's exciting to see that Wolverine's gonna have a cameo in the movie.
Yeah,
and I actually was saying that if he's in the whole movie, this movie is impossible to fail.
Yeah, I don't think he will be. I think
he won't be. He's gonna be in like 2 minutes of the movie.
So this movie takes place in the 80s, right?
Right.
And in the Wolverine Origins movie, it's in the 80s when he gets released from the Weapon X program, I think.
Uh-huh.
So do you think that's his cameo? Do you think they're going to see him like emerge from the experiment again? Yeah, I kind of think so.
I don't know. Like, but they wouldn't be there, though.
Well, the timeline's all different and changed up now.
Right, because it's like, how did they get out of the facility? Remember Wolverine, doesn't he let them out?
Something like, I mean, I feel like they're going to like go over some of the same things we've seen before, but in different ways. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong. I don't know.
But that's just exciting, just for X-Men coming out. Wolverine's just going to have a little piece.
Hell yeah.
Probably the one part of the movie I'm going to be looking forward to the whole time.
We talked about this, but like all the X-Men are like little kids now. Like they're like, they just keep recasting them as younger and younger and younger kids. And Wolverine's just getting older and older. So, he's like...
Well... His character isn't getting older. Hugh Jackman's just
Hugh Jackman's getting older.
And Hugh Jackman's like, I'm doing one more and I'm done. One more time.
All right, well, that's all. I got nothing to say about that.
I got nothing else. Marvel stinks. DC's better.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Star Wars. I mean, there's a couple of things that have been happening. Episode 8 is already more than halfway done shooting, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not something like a lot of people have been focusing or thinking about too much.
I haven't until you mentioned it.
It's like crazy because in the lead up to episode 7, everyone was so hyped. Like, wow, there hasn't been a Star Wars movie in so long, and it was just a really exciting feeling. And now the next movie is being filmed, and no one's really talking about it. Like,
do you think? Well, how far was episode 4 and episode 5 released originally?
So the first original Star Wars was 1977, and then I think Empire Strikes Back came out in 1980. You IMDbing that?
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So it was 3 years apart.
I mean, but also I guess like, but was it? Well, the first movie was in theaters. I think I read for like a year.
Yeah, maybe, probably. I mean, because back then it's not like you can get it on like VHS. You know what I mean? Like you
And
weren't.
back then, like movies, there weren't as many movies.
And you just saw the movie in the theater, and then that was it. Like you never got to bring it home with you. It's not like you had like a Blu-ray player at home. But I don't know. I just think it's like crazy that like while we're speaking right now, like they could be filming like Luke Skywalker fighting a lightsaber battle with someone that we don't even like know about. It's just an exciting thought. Like this movie is being made.
Like, where is Mark Hamill right?
What the fuck is Mark Hamill doing right now?
Oh
I need to know.
He's eating a burger on the set.
He's looking good though. He's actually really thin now. He's even thinner than I think than he was.
He's eating an apple on the set.
Yeah, maybe an apple.
Right, so you were right. So 1977 was the original, and then 1980, and then 1983.
1983. So
Return of
they
the
were
Jedi.
3 years apart each. But
so yeah, we're not even getting
we're getting
like 2 years apart.
Yeah,
right?
we're getting 2 years, but we're getting Rogue One in between. Don't forget.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting little snippets of joy.
Speaking about Rogue One, after seeing the trailer, a lot of people were wondering. There's that scene where there's like a guy in a black cloak and he like kneels down in front of like a, some sort of tube or whatever. People are saying it's like a Bacta tank, but a lot of people were thinking, oh, maybe that's Snoke. Maybe Snoke's in that tank, and that's maybe Darth Vader kneeling before him or the Emperor kneeling before him. But what's his name? I forget the guy's name. Oh man. The guy that's in charge of all the Star Wars canon, the guy that kind of organizes it all, he has come out on Twitter and put a rest to that. He's like, there's going to be no Supreme Leader Snoke in Rogue One.
No
that movie's going to stand on its own. It's not going to have anything to do with like,
right.
tying.
So it's
kind of
like a lot of the main characters for Rogue One, like, or the main characters for Star Wars, are kept out.
Yeah.
Of this movie.
Right.
They're kind of developing the more character.
Yeah, this is going to be its own like thing. So
yeah,
obviously it could like fit in. There might be some like little Easter eggs and ties, but
definitely.
Yeah. So
I mean, do you think that like there's going to be something like the Force lightsabers or they're just I think they might just keep because I feel like if they have some of that, it's going to take away.
Here's the thing: there's not going to be any Jedi.
Yeah.
There's going to be Darth Vader. So whether Darth Vader is just going to be like a kind of like a military leader sort of role, or if he's actually going to like whip out his lightsaber at some point, I don't know.
Do you think he's going to choke someone with his mind?
I feel like how could you have Darth Vader not do that? So
yeah, right.
I think
not
so.
like do some like cool old school Darth Vader things.
Yeah. I hope that he's kind of just like this looming threat and not really like a main character, and then at the end maybe he just comes and like totally kills a lot of people or something. Like I want to see like a really, really scary Darth Vader.
Ooh, good point. Because we got like a sensual, like I'm your father, like I want to look at my son for the last time.
Yeah, because if you're a Jedi, you can like fight back against Darth Vader. But if you're a normal human being, what can you do? You got nothing. So like he's really scary. He's scary to a normal person.
Right.
So I hope they go that angle with that. But okay, so it's official now. Alden Ehrenreich is now officially cast as Han Solo in the new spin-off movie. Our hashtag Taran for Han, which we never actually hashtagged, has failed. we ruined it for everyone, George.
I totally forgot about that.
I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, I just think it's weird. He's too old or something.
I just don't think I see a Han Solo.
I don't. Yeah, if he was like
his like look and his persona and like pictures I've seen of him.
Well, here's the thing: like Harrison Ford was 29 years old when they filmed the original Star Wars,
right?
And this actor is in his 20s as well. I'm not sure how old he is.
He's born. I have it right here. His birthday. So if you want to wish him birthday,
let me do some math. Oh, it's his birthday right now.
No.
Oh.
November. November 22nd, 1989.
Oh, so he's our age. He's my
He's our
age.
He's your age. Yeah.
He's my age.
So,
So
I
he's
mean,
27. So,
right. And
so
shouldn't that be around when what they want to do for Han Solo?
No. I mean, I don't think that's what they should have done because now the age is too close. They should have done like a teenage Han Solo so that you can cast a different actor and in your imagination you can be like, oh, well, he's younger here. But now they're casting someone like the same age and it's like they clearly don't look alike.
Well,
So
how old was Harrison Ford when he
was
played
29.
that Han Solo?
He was 29.
He was actually 29?
He was actually
playing
29.
a 29-year-old?
I don't know how old Han Solo was supposed to be in the movie, but Harrison Ford was 29.
Right.
And this guy's 27. So it's
usually, they cast older actors for younger parts all the time.
This is true. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but it's just I don't know. To me, that just scrambles my brain, and I don't like it.
I think the age thing isn't that big a deal. I think it's more of the look. What's that?
What's that? It's me cracking open some more Bullet Bourbon.
Dude, are you barely sober right now?
Nah, I'm barely drunk.
Shit, but I'm
what gets the computer.
me with Alden Ehrenreich, whatever,
right,
is I just don't see his hair doesn't flow like Han Solo's.
Well, they'll change that, George. It's Hollywood. They can make someone fucking blue with scales if they want.
I know, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I feel like his mannerisms in the picture, I just don't see a Harrison Ford or Han Solo-ish type of gentleman. Well, I mean, I haven't even heard this guy speak, but I bet he's British.
Yeah, I think he is.
No, he was born in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, well, he's fucking British. I know he's British somehow.
His mother.
They don't cast Americans anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, it is what it is. We're totally not even hating.
But here's
on
the thing: I was upset about Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm upset about Alden. Am I wrong? Probably.
I'm not even upset about Alden. I just am upset about the movie because I don't think they should be trying to make a Han Solo movie that takes place in the same time frame as the original Star Wars. It's just like...
But they're not. I'm telling you, he'll play a younger guy. He'll play a Han Solo who's 20 years old.
All right, but honestly, how much younger could that possibly be than how Han Solo was in the original movie? How old is Han Solo supposed to be in the original movie? Does anyone know that? I'm sure someone knows that.
There's this wonderful tool, Google. Han Solo age. Let's see. Let's check. Let's Google this stuff. All right, they're doing Stardate.
Stardate.
I can't do this.
Are you on Wikipedia?
Let's see. What? Oh my god, I gotta do so much reading.
Alright, forget it. It doesn't matter. If someone knows, write it in the comments. That's fine. Who cares?
Wait. I got it. Someone beautiful, wonderful woman did a timeline.
Okay. You gotta decipher this timeline now?
Alright. No, this shit's messed up. This isn't right.
Yeah, it's probably in Star Wars time. Who knows?
Yeah, it's Star Wars time.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. It doesn't even matter because they look around the same age. So that's all that matters.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. Whatever.
This don't make sense.
Let's move on to my favorite section. Other news.
Other news.
We gotta come up with an actual name for this because
I like other news.
You like other news? Okay. We'll keep it for now.
Other news.
So Ty Sheridan, who is playing Cyclops in X-Men Apocalypse, has been cast as a lead role in Ready Player One.
Ready Player Uno.
I'm excited for that. I read the book Ready Player One. It's an incredible book. I loved it. And I think it'll make an awesome movie. So I'm pumped. I don't know much about Ty Sheridan. I don't know if he's being cast as the lead character. But I'm sure they're making the right choice. I'm pumped.
I don't know what Ready Player One is.
I'll break it down for you super fast. It's a futuristic world where the actual Earth is like just falling apart. Like we ran out of fossil fuels, and so there's wars and natural disasters. But technology has still gotten better to the point where like people like plug into virtual reality, like internet, basically, and that's where like everyone spends their time because the real world kind of sucks. So everyone just like as much as they can is in this virtual reality world, and like they go to school in this world and they do everything in this world, and like, but it's like World of Warcraft, I guess, because you could like upgrade your character and use weapons and travel to different planets and lands and whatever. So this is like the setting, and basically the guy who created this virtual reality internet world passes away and leaves his billions of dollars fortune hidden somewhere within the game. And he leaves clues to find it. So everyone is like, participating. And it's all about the 80s because this guy was like obsessed with the 80s. So it's like all these kids have
love this movie.
So all these kids have to study 80s culture. And it's like takes place in the future, like 2050 or something. But they're all studying 80s culture and then logging into the virtual reality and trying to figure out the clues. It's fucking cool, dude. It's a cool book. I like it.
Yeah, I gotta check. I gotta research more on this movie because especially the 80s.
I know. I saw your eyes light up when I said that. You were just like fucking sci-fi bullshit, virtual 80s. What?
I love 80s culture. I just do. It's like It's like a dub age, and everyone like says the 80s sucked. But like I feel like if you just think about it, like the 80s kind of rocked. Like it was like great music, and like people just wanted to party and have fun and kind of do whatever.
I love 80s movies, like 80s action movies.
Yeah, and
my
the
favorite.
movies were great in the 80s. So many good movies in the 80s.
They really were. People always say they're so cheesy. I'm like, I don't care. I love them for being cheesy. You know what I did the other night? I went on YouTube. I put YouTube on my TV because I have a smart TV now. Upgrading.
Fancy pantsy.
So I put YouTube on, and I literally watched like it might have even been longer than 10 minutes long of just Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes from movies. It was just like a compilation of all his like funny one-liners. Like it was like 150.
I've seen those.
You've seen it?
I've done that for a day.
I just sat there and I was thoroughly enjoyed
There's a couple
the whole
of
thing.
them, and they're like long. There's a couple of them.
So
they're
long.
Like 15
and I was like,
minutes long.
I was like, I could just watch this over and over. I don't even care.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me do that again. I don't need to waste my time like that again. But they're fun. Like I remember watching them just laughing.
Speaking about throwbacks, they're doing a Jumanji reboot.
Oh my lord!
They cast The Rock in it. I don't know if he's taken like Robin Williams' character or what, but
yeah, he definitely is because they want to have that jungle rock Dwayne Johnson coming back like all caveman like.
Who'd have ever thought? Like The Rock is now this guy that's like in every movie.
Yeah,
right.
He's in like every movie now.
It's crazy.
He's like everywhere, and he's not even that good. Let's be real. I'm staying it. I'm making a bold statement. The Dwayne Johnson isn't that good.
I don't know. I mean, he's kind of funny. I think he works in certain roles. Nah, yeah, you're right. He's not that good. Fuck him.
I mean, he does. He is. I'm going to be honest. I like him, and he's a funny guy. But I don't think he's that good to be in as many movies as he is.
My favorite Rock movie is The Scorpion King. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, dude, that was his intro.
That movie was so
They made such a
weird.
big deal. The Rock as the Scorpion King, and he didn't even have a speaking line. He wasn't. Was he even really in the movie, or they just animated his face?
That was in The Mummy. He made his debut in The Mummy as the Scorpion King, and yet they CGI'd his face.
Dude,
I don't know.
He wasn't even. He didn't even act. He just
horrible.
showed up.
Oh my god!
They probably took like pixels of his face. They probably put the balls all over his face or whatever, and took like shots
they put
of
balls
him.
all over his face. I know what you mean, but that sounded.
But yeah, I remember watching. I kind of like that movie though, The Scorpion King.
I think I went on a date with a girl to go see that or something like really.
Oh yeah,
it was probably like in middle school.
Wait, that movie was in the theaters?
Scorpion King? Hell yeah.
I thought it was only on TV.
No. George, you missed out. It was a good date night.
Oh damn! I kind of like that movie though.
Oh
But
boy.
yeah, the Mummy when he was they made such a big deal of him being in the Mummy,
Yeah, that was.
and
I
he
can
was
still picture it. It was that traumatizingly bad that I can still picture that CGI scorpion with like something that resembled the Rock flopping around on top of it.
like what's his name? Crap. Who's the main character in the Mummy? Why
Brendan
can't I-
Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. When he like stabs him with the
What the
spear of
fuck
destiny.
happened? Yeah.
Go to hell and
What
take
happened
your
with Brendan
friends with
Fraser,
you.
man?
Ah.
There you go.
Brendan Fraser was in the movies for a while
And he
too.
just disappeared. But
Yeah.
so another one of my favorite movies growing up was Independence Day.
Oh, that's classic '90s movie right there.
I love it. And the new trailer for Independence Day Resurgence was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I kind of like what I'm seeing from this movie.
I like how they kind of also keep it true to like they're gonna pay homage to the original.
Yeah.
Like instead of trying to do like what Ghostbusters is doing and just doing their own new movie.
And that's the problem with Ghostbusters too. It's
Right.
like just continue the original.
Yeah.
You could do
Just-
it the exact same movie, but continue it.
Just like have a connection somehow.
Yeah, I hate reboots, man. I really do. I sometimes reboots are cool, but overall, like I'd rather continuations because I hate having to forget. I mean, you don't have to forget. Of course, they still exist, but it's like I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
I feel like they're trying to what was done for us as kids. They're trying to do for the generation now.
Of course, yeah. Like they're doing with Ninja Turtles.
Exactly. They just need to like kind of replay it a little bit and tweak it, and then if the and which will make us happy, and then it'll make a probably better movie for this generation. And if they want, they can go back and look at those movies too,
Yeah.
which are the originals, right? Like think about as kids, the Star Wars fans.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that, man.
Right, and then you went back and watched the originals. We weren't alive then.
And even if you don't want to watch the originals, you could basically watch these new Star Wars movies and just be happy with that too. Like
exactly. Get it together. We gotta have a writing room.
I understand if it's a bad movie and you make a reboot of it because it's like, oh, that movie sucked. Let's reboot it and do it better. But if it's a good movie that people love, why reboot it? Just continue it and do it into what they're calling like a soft reboot. Like
Especially
Star Wars was a soft reboot.
Right. Yes, and especially
It was a soft floppy reboot.
especially with like the impactful ones like Ghostbusters and Independence Day, and fucking whatever and Ninja Turtles. Those are like standing like great impactful movies. Pay homage to the other ones and kind of like play off of it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right. And speaking of very impactful movies from when we were children, Space Jam. Is doing a reboot. Now, are they going to do a Ghostbusters or are they going to do an Independence Day?
Is it a reboot or is it a sequel?
Probably, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think they can easily do a sequel because the cartoon characters, don't age. You know what I mean? They could have the Monstars come back down to try to retake Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
And LeBron James helps them, like a rematch, compared to like trying to just redo the whole thing, like just remake the movie with Michael Jordan, like Michael Jordan had.
Well, they have LeBron James now, right?
Yeah, they're having LeBron James, yeah.
They could. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they could just continue it like that, and I would be happier.
Like, what if the Monstars come back and they're like, "Yo, we want a rematch, Mo"?
Yeah, that's like would be awesome.
And they're like, "Oh no, Michael Jordan!" I bet Michael Jordan's gonna have a cameo. I'm like, Michael Jordan's so old.
Oh shit, you're right. Michael Jordan is definitely gonna have a cameo.
Yo, he's probably gonna be the coach of the team.
Hopefully, he shaves his Hitler mustache before he comes back.
But yeah, I bet Michael Jordan's gonna be in it for like that little piece. Like, why not? Michael Jordan likes money.
He likes gambling it away. That's for sure.
Yeah, dude, he probably wants some money. I mean, so I think LeBron James will be good.
All right. So the lesson from this is that Jumanji, Space Jam, Independence Day, and Ghostbusters should all be sequels and not reboots.
Right. We want
Even
sequels.
even Jumanji. That would be cool to do.
Yeah.
Because
good
they throw the
point.
game in like the ocean at the end or something,
Good
right?
point.
They should someone should dig it up and continue it.
Right. They find it.
Yeah.
And they're playing it like little kids.
Yeah.
And they put their smartphones down.
Are they gonna have a little kid version of The Rock? Is this what's gonna happen? You're gonna have The Rock as a little kid, and then he grows up and he's the fucking Rock.
Yeah. What if they have some like skinny geeky kid?
Yeah. Right. He's like,
what happened to you?
There's a lot of steroids in the jungle.
A lot of protein.
All right,
I don't have to wipe his butt with banana leaves.
Let's get on to the Power Rangers, the new suits.
So this is another thing from our childhood.
Yeah, but it's not like the Power Rangers movie was like a really significant movie by any means. So
Whoa,
I'm okay with them rebooting this one.
I was pretty impacted. Changed my life. I am who I am. I'm the man I am today.
The Power Rangers movie is the first time I experienced a spoiler in my life.
What?
I watched this movie over the summer with a friend, and the friend had already seen it, and we were there with both of our moms because we were really young. And as the movie was happening, my friend kept whispering the things that were about to happen as I was watching it.
Wait, so like something like a fight scene or who someone was gonna like happen?
Yeah,
and
he'd be
whispered
like,
it?
"Oh, like Mr. Ooze is gonna, whatever, Dr. Ooze or whatever is gonna do this," and I remember just being so mad. I think I was like crying after the movie to my mom. I think I was like crying and being like, "Oh." I didn't know at the time. I would have been like, "Mom, he's spoilers, spoiler alert."
I probably would have cried too.
I was so pissed off because I was like really pumped to see the Power Rangers movie, like really pumped. Like I was probably more pumped back then to see the Power Rangers movie than I was even pumped like to see Star Wars. Like now, you know?
Right.
It's like running around the house in circles.
We action figures dressed up. We played Star Wars all day long.
Yeah,
like that's what you did when we were running around.
Do you remember those Power Ranger toys where their heads would flip? It'd be like,
yep. Dude, we had the weapons and like all that stuff.
And it's like, the dumbest show. If you go back and watch, it's the dumbest show ever.
Oh my god! I think I tried to rewatch it. I think it was on Netflix.
Yeah, it was.
And I couldn't even make it past like the second episode.
So it's it's like a lot of those things. It's the action figures that get you hooked. Same thing with Ninja Turtles.
It's just the marketing.
Yeah, the marketing, the action figures. Even with Star Wars, you could say a lot of it was like the toys and the merchandising.
But yeah, I mean
the new suits. So let's get back to that.
Oh right, okay.
So they're wearing like armor as opposed to spandex.
I mean, it makes sense because like their armor.
I always did have a problem with like why they're wearing like armored helmets, but then they're wearing spandex. So it's cool. I dig it. It's like a modern version, but it's not straying too far from the source material. I like it. I can roll with it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because in the show or whatever, I remember them getting hit and it like exploding off of them or whatever.
Yeah, they had like special space suits. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense that it's supposed to be armor.
I have a feeling this movie's gonna suck, but
I mean, do you think it's gonna be for us or is it gonna be for kids?
I don't know. It's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit of both, probably like the Ninja Turtles. A little bit of throwbacks for the older fans and changing it up for the younger fans. All right, let's move on to some TV news. We got a little story here about Sci-Fi is confirming that they are doing a pilot for a Krypton TV show, which is going to be like a Superman prequel. So, it's going to probably all take place on Krypton. It's probably going to be about Superman's father and just I don't know. I like how many episodes can you make about that? They might go like a Game of Thrones sort of route where it's like the politics of Krypton and crazy shit like that. I don't know.
But is that an interest? I think that's not a sci-fi thing though.
Well, it is. It's going to be on another planet, so it's sci-fi. What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like sci-fi is like creatures and monsters.
Well, yeah, they could do that on Krypton. Krypton's another planet. Who knows what the fuck is going on there?
True.
Remember the beginning of Man of Steel? They're like flying around on weird flying things.
Weird Kryptonian flying machines.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's I guess it could be like like a politics on Krypton.
Here's the thing. I think DC makes way too many like TV shows instead of like trying to consolidate it. Like I don't even get what's going on with their worlds.
I'd watch a Kryptonian movie.
I'd watch a Kryptonian movie, maybe.
I like. Oh, what's Kal-El's father's name?
Jor-El.
Jor-El. Yeah, I liked him. I like Kevin. What's his name? Fuck. God damn
Yeah,
it.
Russell Crowe. But they're not
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, if they did it in the movie universe, Russell Crowe, that'd be phenomenal. But I don't know, sci-fi, cheesy TV show. I feel like they're just like keep having like these cheesy TV shows.
These mediocre kind of.
I've heard
things.
Arrow is pretty good, at least the first couple seasons.
I thought they were saying like the Flash was better and that Arrow is a joke.
I heard Arrow is pretty good and Flash is pretty good, but then they both kind of get pretty cheesy. So I don't know.
What about Supergirl?
They got Supergirl, and don't they have Legends of Tomorrow? Isn't that another one they have?
Yeah,
and they have Gotham too, which I
Gotham.
haven't seen.
I hear people are raving about Gotham.
Yeah, but Gotham, I guess, is the same thing. It's a prequel to Batman. Now Krypton's going to be a prequel to Superman. It's like, but I have no interest. I want to see Batman, and I want to see Superman. I don't really want to see...
Get in the suit!
Get in the suit! Christian Bale!
He's got that super suit!
He's got that super suit! All right, but for me, some much nicer news is Netflix officially doing a Punisher series with Jon Bernthal.
Woo!
I couldn't be happier. I think that is the right move.
100% the right move.
Yeah. Pumped about that.
I think this is just because like they heard what the people wanted. People love the Punisher, especially Jon Bernthal as the Punisher, which is unreal.
Yeah.
And they're just responding like, listen, like this is a no-brainer. Let's get this going.
And here's an example of I'd rather them do a Netflix series than do a movie. Because I want to see lots of episodes and a long storyline instead of like trying to cram something in a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, instead of having a 2-hour, 2.5, 3-hour movie, just go straight episodes and I'll watch it on my leisure.
Yeah.
And
I wonder, you think Daredevil's going to be making cameos? Or I think so.
Probably, because doesn't the Punisher kind of like start with the Daredevil? Spoiler. He's kind of not really the Punisher until he becomes the Punisher in Daredevil season 2.
He basically becomes the Punisher through his experiences with Daredevil in the TV show.
Right. So I think it might maybe play off maybe after the Daredevil season 2.
I would love if they threw in some Jessica Jones cameos and some Luke Cage cameos too.
Right, Luke Cage. Good point.
I would really love if they threw in a Spider-Man cameo, but I know that's not going to happen.
It's just impossible.
But the Punisher is originally a Spider-Man character. Like, his very first appearance is in a Spider-Man comic book.
Right.
So, that would be cool if they just, like, played homage to that.
I bet they're going to have a sort of, like, Easter egg kind of, like, talking about Spider-Man.
They might, they might.
Some way pay homage because in Daredevil there's a lot of Easter eggs through the whole thing.
Yeah,
in Daredevil they do Easter eggs to the Avengers.
I know, yeah. And then I don't know if you watched enough of Jessica Jones to know, but they like straight up talk about the Battle of New York and the aliens and stuff like that. In Jessica Jones, she meets like a husband and wife where I forgot the details, but like I don't know if it was their kids or someone like died. Crushed under like a building or something that from the Avengers fight, and she kind of like blames Jessica Jones for it. Jessica Jones is like, I'm not one of those people. Like, what are you blaming me? But
yeah, like what's great, bringing it back to the Punisher, is I remember being upset about Daredevil season 2 only because there isn't too much Punisher.
I know, but I remember telling you it's Daredevil, so
I know
you can't be upset about that. You should be happy that we got the Punisher.
But yeah, you're right. No, you're right. And Jon Bernthal was amazing. And it's more Daredevil than Punisher, but I wanted more Punisher. But the fact that they're actually bringing on just the Punisher full up with Jon Bernthal, which I think is like straight. It's like, how they say Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man?
Yeah.
John Bernthal is the Punisher.
Yep.
And I'm glad I'm gonna have probably hopefully 10 episodes.
13
45, 55 minutes of Punisher.
So the thing I just want to happen now is that I want to see the TV characters get together with the movie characters. I know there's a little bit of conflict there.
I don't think that will happen
behind the scenes. Yeah, I think it was something that was going to happen, and then there's been some, I don't know, just disagreements and this and that, financially or whatever. But I'd love to see them get together, and then I'd love to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool just say fuck you to Fox and come over to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and start messing with those characters.
Right?
They can keep the rest of the X-Men. I want Hugh Jackman and I want Deadpool.
Imagine Deadpool, Hugh Jackman, John Bernthal, Daredevil. Oh,
Dude,
man, who else?
Yeah, a Wolverine, Deadpool, Daredevil, and Punisher series. Those four together.
It would be unreal. I think the universe would explode.
I think it would. It's probably too dangerous. That's probably why they don't do it.
Yeah,
they probably had a meeting and they were like, "Yeah, but the universe would explode."
But like, yeah, if you really think about it, we did the math.
They just they're about to sign the paper, and then like a mad scientist like runs in. He's like in those disaster movies. There's always some guy that's like, "You can't do this."
No, the Flash comes back in time. Don't.
Yeah, but they'd be like, "Fuck you! You're DC. Get out of here! Trying to sabotage us."
Oh, it's good point.
Yeah, they need some scientist that's like seen this coming for like 10 years, has been like charting it out.
How about Bruce Banner does the math?
There you go. Mark Ruffalo.
No. Huh?
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. Imagine. Oh, dude, the Hulk. Imagine the Hulk. In that too.
Ooh.
Do you think there's going to be a Hulk solo movie?
I don't know. I think there's a rights problem. Universal still has the distributing rights or something like that for the Hulk.
Well, the Hulk, Bruce Banner and the Hulk, they got to like come back in some of these Avengers or Marvel movies. Well, at least like the Avengers.
I guess he's not in Civil War. Is he?
No.
Are you sure?
He's not. Yeah. Am I sure?
I don't know, because we were talking that maybe he shows up, and I know there was like the rumors from Anthony Mackie saying that.
I forgot that was still like a thing.
Yeah, fuck. So, okay, he's not in that, but he's definitely in Thor Ragnarok.
He's in Thor?
Yeah, he's going to be in Thor 3.
Okay, so like, but how do you bring the Hulk? How are they going to bring the Hulk back?
See, the problem with the Hulk is he's so powerful. And that's the problem with Thor, too. They're both so super powerful. So, whatever. That's a whole other story.
I bet. Yeah. Whatever.
All right. That's it for our show, guys. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. George?
Please follow us on Instagram at BarelySoberNR. I've been posting pictures. I post a lot of Chris Jokas artwork.
Yeah, this guy's the social media man, and he is posting some of my personal artwork without my permission. No, I'm just kidding. I gave it to him. But, yeah, that's right.
I'm on the social media all day.
I'm always doing some illustrations, usually comic book stuff, because I can't think of anything else, so... But Star Wars stuff, whatever. But yeah, George is on top of it, posting shit. He's got the Twitter going crazy.
Twitter at Barely Sober News. I'm posting, tweeting all day, especially my thoughts. So usually if something's being tweeted, it's me.
Yeah, that's right. So if you see Barely Sober News is saying that Batman v Superman is better than Civil War, you better know it's George, because I haven't even seen Civil War yet.
Oh, you got to get on that. I don't want you to wait as long as you did with Batman vs Superman. I want you to get on that shit this week. You need to see it.
My girlfriend's coming back from school soon, so we'll go see it.
Yeah, you go see that. Take her on a date.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be dragging her on a date because I'm sure she doesn't give a shit.
No, you gotta make her be like, if you want to be with me.
Yeah.
Too bad. But anyway, this is work now. You got to do it. This is for your job.
Yeah. It's my job.
All right, anyway, thanks for listening. If you did listen this long, I don't believe anyone did, but
if you did, go get a life, get a job. What are you doing? Or maybe you're listening to us at work. which is what I do.
Which is, why would you be listening to us at work? You should be working.
Fucking millennials. All right. All right, finish your drinks and go to sleep.
Oop.